Welcome back everyone. Today you'll learn how to navigate through Roblox Studio. This includes how the basic UI layouts and buttons work when you create something in Roblox Studio. By the way, please consider liking and subscribing, as this took me a long time to even do the first episode of scripting, planning, recording, and editing the video. It would be very appreciated. If we get up to 15 likes, I will make the next episode of the series. Let's get right into it. Disclaimer number 1. Before I tell you the first step in this episode, I strongly recommend that you watch the first episode of the series if you want to know more information about the series and how it works. That's all for this disclaimer. How to navigate through Roblox Studio. Before you can make a Roblox tower defense game, you also need to know how to navigate through Roblox Studio. When navigating Roblox Studio, you need to know how to navigate through the Roblox Studio dashboard, how to create a place for your Roblox game, and knowing how the UI layouts and buttons work when creating a Roblox game. So we are currently in Roblox Studio. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the Roblox Studio dashboard. So first things first, right here it says take a quick tour, learn the basics of Studio by creating your first playable experience in this quick guided tour. We're going to get to this later. The My Recent Experiences is going to be where you place your experiences in here. So when you get here, this is where all of your games are going to be in order. So here is your very first place, then this is your next place, then forever and ever and ever you're going to have more and more places added to the game itself. So yeah, that's your recent experiences. So that's how you get there. And by the way, to access your recent experiences, you have to press See All, and that's how you get there. You can also sort the options by last modified, alphabetical, date created, descending, and that's pretty much all. You can also click this, so then you will have a more simpler GUI. You can also change it by how much last edited and all that. Then you can press this again to go back to where it came from. So that's pretty interesting. You can also click this to go through each game to access your games, and this button just goes around here. Now, archive means it's going to archive the game. It's not going to delete the game, but it's just going to archive it, and you won't see it like here. It will be in here, which we'll go over later. Make public is making the game from private to public so that everyone can see. Open place page and configure place is going to be in your browser. We're not going to go over this just yet, but I just want to let you know that this can help modify your experience in your game, and then same thing for configure experience as well, which we'll also go over soon. Next up is, if you look up here, you will see experiences, group experiences, shared with me, and local. So if you click on group experiences is like what you created in your own group, and it's not created by yourself. So like experiences is what you created by yourself, and then group experiences is what you created with other people in your own group. So it's possible that your group is just you, but it just helps to add more people to your group. So I strongly recommend to create your Roblox game in a group experience. Next up is Share With Me. Now, Share With Me is Roblox games that have been shared by your friends. So, like for example, Silent shared this with me, and I could just click on this and it will go into my game. And yeah, so this is a pretty useful option if you want to share it to like a specific person for your Roblox game and experiences. Local is pretty much downloads of your Roblox games. You can download your Roblox game, and when you click on this, you will access your Roblox game from there, so you can download your Roblox game from local. And that's pretty much all for experiences. For templates, you can open a template by either having the base plate, the classic base plate, flat terrain, platformer, laser tag, UGC, home store. There's more if you click all. There's way more like castle, modern city, starting place, pirates island, stubborn, classic obby, racing, all this. Blank is just blank base plates. Gameplay is like games that have actual gameplay in them. Themed is just, well, Roblox themes that you can expand toward. And you can also add you can also go to the template place by clicking on templates. So you can also access that there. And then the last thing is archive. Now archive is just places where you like pretty much stored in the archive. So it's places where you store in the archive. Like for example, if I press archive here, this place would be moved to the archive place. And this is pretty much just places where it's pretty much gone. Well, it's not actually gone, but you will probably not access it as much anymore, and that's why you put it in the archive. Like for example, I'm never going to access this place anymore. And if you go to group experiences, there is a Hi Guys, and then there's another game here too. So these places are just there because it's not going to be there anymore. We don't need it anymore, and that's the main reason why it's there. Now if you click new file, then it's going to create a new file for your Roblox game. So that's another way to make another new Roblox game, but don't do this just yet. Now if you click here, this is the last thing, click on file, you can click on all this. These are just recent games here. If you press exit, that's how it exits. When you click on new, this will create a new Roblox game. If you press open from file, you can upload files from your Roblox game. Open for Roblox, it's files that you can open from Roblox. Advanced, you can click on advanced. You can manage your plugins. You can customize your shortcuts if you want to. You can open autosaves. None of these are really, you shouldn't really know what these are at the moment, so don't worry about that. Studio settings you can access here with student studio settings. Honestly, you shouldn't really do anything with it right now. It's pretty much useless. You don't really need to know any of this and how this works, so yeah, do not worry about this. Yeah, beta features are what Roblox makes before posting it to the public, so if you click on beta features, it's pretty much cool features before they're released to everyone. Please be aware that beta features could be unstable. Your feedback is invaluable to us as we move towards building the imagination platform. So pretty much these are all the beta features. You definitely do not need to have them, but I decided to use Assistant Preview since it's pretty interesting to me. So yeah, you don't need to do it though. Online help is if you need help for Roblox Studio, so you can click that for that. That Roblox Studio is just telling people what Roblox Studio is about. So yeah, here is just, when you click here, you can log out of your account or you can add another new account. Don't worry about this. This is just notifications for like recent Roblox Studio updates. Don't need to worry about that either. Here is just like the help. It's just the same thing as online help, like right here, so you don't need to worry about that. Anyways, that's pretty much it from navigating through the Roblox Studio dashboard. How to create a place for your Roblox game. So the first thing you want to do is to either do three things. Number 1, click on New File. Number 2, click on Base Plate, Classic Base Plate, or any other template you want to do. Or number 3, go to Templates and then click on any template you want. However, what we're going to do is take a quick tour on how Roblox Studio works. So, yeah, so either one you try to do, it creates a new place, but when you press Start Learning, this is going to be your very, very first experience. So, let's click on Start Learning. And yes, that's pretty much how to create a place for your Roblox game. How the UI layouts and buttons work when creating a Roblox game. So the first thing I will tell you to do is pretty much you will see that you're in the place right now. So you first need to move your camera. So I will show you how to move your camera. So you first need to use the WASD keys to move forward, left, backwards, and right. You can try it out right now. So this is part of navigation. So if you press W, you go forward. Press A, you go to the left. If you press S, you're going to go backwards. And then if you press D, you're going to go to the right. So, yep, that's the first thing. Second thing you need to know when moving the camera is that you can use the E and Q keys to pan up and down. So if you press E, you go up. If you press Q, you go down. The next thing you need to know is zooming the camera. So you can zoom in and out by scrolling with your mouse wheel or trackpad. So you can just scroll your mouse wheel, like if you go like this, you can go a little bit more like that. Right now you cannot tell that I'm scrolling in and out, and that's just because this is just the tutorial. So you just have to scroll in and out of your mouse pad. So that's all I can really say. Rotating the camera. Hold down the right mouse button or control key and left mouse button, then move your mouse to turn the camera around. So yeah, you have to hold down the right mouse button, and then you can pretty much go like this and you can move around. Now the next thing you want to know is the marketplace. So the marketplace contains assets that you can add to your place, so you can pretty much find assets in Studio using the toolbox. So right here is the car, so this is pretty much what the car is. You can also search the marketplace, so we can add a car to the place, try by typing car in the search bar. So we're going to make it so you can see a little bit more of the toolbox, and we can just type in car. You press car, you will get the car. Next, you need to insert the car. So you just need to click on the car's tile to insert it into your place. So click on this, and ta-da, here's the car. Next up is knowing how to place parts. Let's learn how to insert a wedge. Parts are the basic building blocks in Studio. Let's insert a part to make a ramp for the car to drive over. So let's use the arrow below the button to insert the wedge. So right here is the part. So we're going to create a part. We're going to go click on the arrow below though, and you will see that there's a block, sphere, wedge, corner wedge, and cylinder. What we want to click on is wedge. And now you can move the wedge. So let's go here. We can pan over the wedge. So like let's go to the wedge by panning over like here, and you can select the move tool. Then you can click and drag the blue and red handles to move the corner wedge. Select the move tool, then click and drag the blue and red handles to move the wedge along the road in front of the car. So you just need to click on move. Then you will see the green, the red, and the blue. The green arrows move up and down. The blue arrows go left and right. And then the red goes on the other side, so the other left and the other right, so pretty much north and south. So that's the next thing you can do. So yeah, you can move the corner wedge, you can move the wedge in front of the car like this. You can just move the wedge here in front of the car, so move it to the front of the car. Next, you need to select the rotate tool. Then click and drag the green handle to turn the wedge around so that it faces the car. So let's go click on rotate. So let's click on rotate right here. And what we could do is rotate it this way. We could rotate it the other way. Or we can rotate it this way. Now what we want to do is rotate it in the green spot, and we could just rotate it so that it faces the car. Next, we need to know how to scale. So select the scale tool, then click and drag each of the handles to make the wedge big enough for the car to drive over. So let's make it more bigger. So we can make it go bigger, like in this size, or this size. Let's make it bigger on each side. Now we can change the color of the ramp. So you have to click on this button right here to choose a new color for the ramp. So it's click on color right here. And when you click on this color, and when you click on the arrow here, you can change the color to any color you want. I'm going to change it to red because red is my favorite color. The next thing that you need to do is anchor the ramp. So if the ramp is not anchored, it will move when you try to drive over it. So with the ramp selected, you have to click on anchor to make it anchored. So click on anchored right here. It's right next to material and it's below lock. Next is knowing how to use the Explorer. So the Explorer displays everything in your place, including the built-in services. So that's pretty much what it means. All this right here. Now, the workspace service displays everything in your 3D world. So, like the camera, the terrain, the city, the car, the art, and everything, pretty much. Next up is selecting the car. So now that the ramp is complete, it's time to customize the car. So now it's time to select the car in the Explorer. So here's the car. Click on it. Next, what you need to do is focus. So with the car selected, press F to move the camera to look at it. So if you press F, it will be in focus. Next is knowing what the attributes are. So for properties, right here, this is the properties window. You can see and edit the properties of the selected object. So all of this is the properties. So right now it looks pretty weird and wonky, but we'll get more into this later. However, what you could do is change the max speed so you can add custom data to objects using attributes. Type max speed in the filter properties box to find and update the max speed value and change the speed of the car. So what you want to do is go to filter properties and just type in max speed, and we're going to make it a little bit more bigger so you can see, and you will see max speed. So let's try to change the max speed from 40 to, like, let's just say 50, just to make it a little bit more faster. Lastly, all you need to do is play test your place by clicking on the play button right here. The play button is blue, so just click on it, the play button. And then when you press play test, it's going to load your Roblox game. Now, to control your avatar, you can control your avatar with the W, A, S, and D keys. Press E to enter the car when you are near it. When you drive into the boxes. So you can press W, A, S, D keys. You can also use your mouse to navigate through. So like this, and you can pretty much go all the way around in your Roblox place. Now you can press E right here to enter the car. Now, lastly, you pretty much complete the tour. When you're ready, you can press stop to go back to editing your place and complete the tour. So let's press stop right here. And that's pretty much everything for the studio tour. You can continue building here or visit the dashboard to choose a different template place. So you can either go press continue or go to dashboard. If you go to dashboard, you can save changes to place 1. You can either press yes or no. I'm just going to say no because I don't really need this, but it's up to you nonetheless. So yeah, that's how the basic UI layouts and buttons work in Roblox Studio. Outro. Anyways, that's all for this video. Please feel free to like and subscribe to see more content like this, and comment down below if you have any questions about what I said in this video, and I'll be happy to answer them. I know that this episode still has not talked about anything about the tower defense aspect just yet, but we will talk about that in the next episode. Just want to say that before you comment, make sure to go through the video and sources that are in the description to see if they help you with your answer. I will see you all in the next video.